Okay, so I just got my new 3DS and I'm really excited about it, so I thought I'd do a quick video and just show all of you. So, I got it from the Nintendo store, which means that it came in a bundle with a free AC adapter, which is good because my old one actually broke and I've been using a USB charger for the last few months. So I was actually really disappointed when that happened because I've never known a Nintendo charger to actually break before. But there you go. It also came with a Skull Kid statue, which was a reward for from the limited edition version of the physical copy of the game in America. But it was offered along with bundles of new 3DS XLs that included Majora's Mask in the UK from the official Nintendo store. So let's have a look at this quickly and get it out the box. Oh yeah, that's great. And I've thrown it all the way across my desk immediately, but oh well. So it is, well, the base feels like really cheap plastic actually, to be honest, but if it would feel like focusing, there we go. The figure itself is actually really nice, there's a lot of detail. It's very flexible in these thin parts, but I guess that's forgivable. You know, it's quite a cheap thing, made in China, but it does look quite cool, so there's that. And then the main thing itself, the new 3DS. And this is the special limited edition Majora's Mask one that comes pre-installed with Majora's Mask 3D, which does not in America, by the way. So, you know, Americans are missing out on a lot on the new 3DS. Their limited edition does not include Majora's Mask, and they only get the XL. So, yeah. This is quite interesting. I presume this is just taken straight off the back of the box of the physical copy of the game, but there's some quite massive text here. The world of Termina is in peril and the clock is ticking. Can you unravel the dark secrets of the wicked Skull Kid and the menacing moon? Spend time with this remastered edition of an all-time classic. And just some stuff here. Now, what's interesting is that the game... It wants to focus. Nope, okay. Try it manually. Still no. Oh well, okay. It says here that the game... There we go. It comes pre-installed onto the SD card, rather than some versions in the past which have included a download code, which means you can only use it on this system. I'm a bit worried about how that works with system transfer, but I think I'm just going to do it and wait and see. But I won't be using the included SD card anyway, because it is only 4GB, and that is nowhere near big enough. So I've had to buy my own separately. So let's get it open. It is a tiny box. It is only just about as big as the console itself, I would imagine. Very much space saving. Okay. And that's it. Just this one little tray. So we get AR cards, which haven't come in a little booklet since the original 3DS, which is disappointing. I like the little booklet because it was so foldable, but now they just come loose and you can lose them quite easily because the little booklet kept them all together. But honestly, I haven't used these since the launch of the 3DS, so not a lot of good. Now this is interesting because, oh, of course, this will be for, no, actually, I don't know, but it did say on the website that new Nintendo 3DS systems would not come with any Club Nintendo points. But, I know I'm showing the code here. I'll have to blur that out or something, but, yeah, it did say that you would not receive any points for new Nintendo 3DS systems. So I don't know if that's for Majora's Mask, but I assume it wouldn't be because it's a download version, so, you know, sort of surveys of that sort of come up automatically on the site if you link your Club Nintendo account to your Nintendo Network ID. Load of crap. Quick start guide, operations manual. I won't be using this because I'm just going to have to transfer it straight away, to be honest. So you must not register a Nintendo Network ID on your new system if you want to transfer it. That's something important to remember. So now the console itself. Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, this is exciting. Oh gosh, it's very shiny. And there it is. Oh my. It is incredibly shiny. It is gonna pick up fingerprints like, oh, yep. Picks up fingerprints like all hell. Oh man. But that is quite a beautiful thing. I like it a lot, even though I know it's gonna get ruined immediately. And I'm quite sure this finish might just scratch off. Oh, it's so distressing. So, fuck. Oh dear. So there, the face buttons are the old SNES colours. The start and select buttons have been moved. This is brand new, so it feels a bit different, because mine has been, obviously, worn down quite a bit. Now the volume switch has been moved to opposite the 3D switch, which is quite unusual. And the cartridge slot is now down here, and there's a lot of concern about whether this will mean the cartridge coming out more easily. But I mean, quite honestly, I've had problems with the cartridge popping out mid-game with the old 3DS when it was in my bag, so... And it should be exactly... Oh, the white balance is just gone. It should be exactly the same size as the old 3DS XL. And yeah, it does appear to be pretty much exactly. And that's all I really have to compare it to, but... Yeah. Right, so I have played one of these before at a demo, and I was worried about the ZL and the ZR buttons being hard to... the zebra prints, putting my camera off there. Being hard to press, but actually they're really quite accessible. Just normally resting your fingers on the L and R buttons means that you pretty much have access to the ZL and ZR buttons just from there. So that's quite good. And the 3D is much improved. It is actually usable. I deem it to be usable, which is a great step up from the old one. There is a lot more. There is a lot more give in how much you can move your head, whereas opposed to the old one, we had to stay absolutely frozen in place, or it would screw up and you'd get a double image. But yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of give, like if you want to hold it closer or further away from you, but there's a lot more give sort of side to side rather than up and down. But I mean, like, although the up and down is quite small, the side to side really means that it does have it is a vast improvement, and it is usable, and you can move your head and it will stay 3D, and there's no sort of delay with it working that out. And there is a little infrared face tracker, so the face tracking should work in the dark, which is something I was concerned about. I haven't actually tried it in the dark yet, but we'll see. And the final new thing is the C-stick, which is strange. I don't know. I've never really used anything quite like it. People compare it to those nubs that you had on laptops, but I never had one of those, so I mean it works, it does work, but there's no physical feedback, so it's a bit like the problem I have with gaming on like mobile devices where you're pressing buttons but there's no physical feedback, so it's a little difficult. It takes some getting used to basically, but it does work, and it is fairly responsive. I mean, I played Majora's Mask 3D and it seemed to pan a lot faster up and down than it did left and right, but I think that's just a software thing. But it was really quite annoying because up and down was like really fast, I could get where I wanted to be almost immediately, but left and right you have to spend ages sort of like shifting it because it moves so slowly. But that's probably just a software issue. Yeah. So that's the new 3DS XL limited edition Majora's Mask. Shiny and very much ruinable. Now I'm going to put these things down and stop throwing them all over my desk, or I will break them, and I will attempt a system transfer and start playing. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.